So what do you do when you find out that all your raw files for a photo shoot are gone? Well, it beats me. That's exactly what happened to me the other day. So I have this photo shoot that I did about 2 months ago, and I delayed my editing. Basically, I waited till like 2 months later before I began editing. And now I'm paying the price because I accidentally deleted the raw files. Because they were in my laptop and I needed to clear up some space. I thought I had my raw files backed up in Google Drive, but apparently I didn't because I'm a fool, complete fool. So now I tried to find different ways to recover these files. First of all, I thought it's still going to be in my camera memory card, but unfortunately it wasn't. And the next place I looked is the trash folder in my Mac. It's not there either. So I looked for a way on YouTube and Google to see if it's even possible to recover files when you already deleted them from the trash folder. And unfortunately, even though there are a couple of videos that show you how to do it, none of them even work. I tried two or three, I think, and one of them was using a software called Recover It. Didn't help at all. So, what do I do now, right? So I started panicking and I started punching the walls, shouting at myself, why did this happen to me again? Because this is not the first time this happened to me. The other time I actually had my laptop, my laptop's hard drive failed and I couldn't read the files anymore. I didn't back up the raw files. But I'll talk about that another time. So for this time, I accidentally deleted the raw files from the trash from my Mac and it's permanently deleted. But luckily, I still have the JPEG files, and when I work with my clients, usually I would send them all the JPEG files just in a compressed, not exact compressed, but in reduced file size. So instead of 4,000 by 5,000, it's going to be 1,000 by 1,500 pixels with their resolution. And I don't delete any of those because it doesn't take a lot of space on my Mac. So I still have those and I'm able to edit those. And of course, it's not the best because in a lot of those photos, the highlights are so blown up. It's a sunset photo shoot, so a lot of the clouds are just blown up. You can't see the details that much. I couldn't recover them. So what I did instead when editing those is I would actually blur them out a little more than what I normally would, just so that I would make them a little less noticeable. And so that was somewhat effective. So, I just had to pull out these tricks. And the result came out not bad at all. And those could still be used for Instagram because Instagram, they recommend around 1,000 pixels minimum, or I think maximum. So that was still usable. But now this is a lesson for me because in the future, of course, I don't want this to happen again. And what I'm doing now is when I take photos after a photo shoot, instead of transferring them to my Mac and let it sit there, I would just put it in my SSD drive, external hard drive, because that's where, SSD drive, oof, that's so techy. I'm a tech person, so I always refer them to as SSD drive, but you just think of them as external hard drive where I have a ton more space and I have no hurry to delete any of them anytime soon. So what I do is once I've actually spent time to select my favorite photos, maybe like about 50 of them for a photo shoot, then what I would do later on is I would actually back those up and put them in my Google Drive just so that it's in the cloud as well. Hope you learned something from this video and not make the same mistake as me. And yeah, that's it.